North node as your soul's glow up blueprint. So your north node is the destiny that your soul wanted to go to in this lifetime. So this really gives us a great, fantastic context to understand why we had certain things happen to us so that we can alchemize them, so that we can heal them and grow into wisdom and become whatever it is that our north node is slated to be. My north node is in Cancer and my south node is in Capricorn. And this just made so much sense to me, reflecting on myself and all my experiences where I'm like, oh my gosh, smashing the breasts down, not wanting to look super feminine, being in a business that's predominantly men, lifting weights, being really strong, being really strategic, program design, having a guaranteed outcome of how you program weightlifting to lift a certain amount of weight in a period of 4 months. Like it made sense. And so now with my north node in Cancer, where I'm like, oh, like, how can I be more feminine? How can I be more nurturing? It really gives me a really clear framework to where if something's not quite right, like if my body's kind of feeling wonky or something's not working where I don't feel like I'm in my genius state, I'm not in my flow state, I'm like, how am I being Capricorn? How can I embrace more of my Cancer? And so then that allows us to really move through whatever it is that we're going through with our intuition or like when things are coming up so that we have more context to our triggers. Okay, so when we unlock this north node with the elements, we've got the fire signs on this page. There's a lot of information. There's even more information in the Word document, not overwhelmingly wise, but like just a little bit more so that you have a little bit more context specifically for you. So if your north node is in Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, I've already talked about Aries, that we have planets moving into it. So you may feel more dynamic. It might be a little bit more difficult. And but that's okay, right? Like it's you have more, you're like you're in a placement to where you can really unlock stuff because we have these big transits happening. And the biggest thing that you want to see is that you're going from self-doubt and playing small to being fearless, bold, and magnetic in your leadership. And this is also self-leadership, that you can actually have some boundaries for yourself and not be so much in people-pleasing energy from your inner child. We don't want to be people-pleasing. We don't want to be abandoning what is true for ourselves for the sake of somebody else within reason. We definitely want to do that for our children. Maybe we want to do that if someone is sick or injured, but we're not doing it on a regular basis just to maintain status quo. All right, your north node, if you are an earth north node, if you're in Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, I've already talked about Virgo and Capricorn. The Taurus, I haven't been talking to you so much. The Taurus, you guys are steady. You guys are like on the right path. And I'm really only talking about more in-depthly things that we have the big planetary transits that people might be feeling a little bit more oomph to their inner work. So I don't mean to be excluding you, Taurus. So the transformational path is from external validation and chaos to self-worth, mastery, and unstoppable success. And I got to tell you, my mom is a Taurus. Her sun sign is a Taurus. And her north node, I can't think of her north node right now. But you know what? My mom has this down pat. We have a big, beautiful house. She is self-mastered from 5 years old. She's incredible. And so that is going to be a really incredible thing for a Taurus to be able to embody more and more of. If you are air, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, Gemini and Aquarius, I've talked about you before. Libra, this is so cool because Libra is, we just left the South Node in Libra in 2024. Well, technically we left it in 2025. And Libra is my moon sign, and I have a whole bunch of planets in Libra, and Libra is duality. And so this is really interesting for you to be going into duality. And for me, when I see a Libra placement, I didn't mention this on the other slides, but for going towards Libra, the scales is actually war. And as we are going through a shift in society, you guys are the power. Like you guys are going head first into this like dueling energy of like what's old and what wants to stay because nothing wants to die and what is going to come into fruition. And so for you to be navigating this time within your own personal astrology is really incredible. So from stubbornness and fear of change to flexibility, social magnetism, and authentic expression. So it's like for me with these placements, Gemini and Aquarius, that we have the big planetary transits going into those, and we left recently Libra. It's like Libra in the South Node recently as a collective. It's like, wow, you guys, like you guys are here for the show. Like you guys are like our big leaders for the next civilization. And so I think that's really incredible that that's your North Node and that's what you get to embody this lifetime. If you're a water, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, Cancer, you spent a lot of time with Pluto. Scorpio, you are like you are the depths of knowledge. I mean, it's absolutely incredible. And the Pisces placement as well, with mysticism and the Scorpio and Pisces are both kind of like in the underworld. And so this is really incredible because as the energy shifts, we're going to see more and more of the underbelly of how things have been operating below the surface and what are the things that need to be changed. And so for that to be your North Node, it's really incredible for you to let go of control and the emotional suppression, which is like exactly what inner child wounds do. We become controlling perfectionists because we're trying to suppress these feelings. We're trying not to experience them. And so, for this to be your North Node, it's absolutely incredible. So, you're going to be able to embody deep trust, spiritual embodiment, and be in full surrender. And surrender, when you have a polarized dynamic of masculine and feminine energy, the masculine doing and the feminine receiving, if you have structure in place on a masculine level, then you can surrender into your body. You can surrender into the process. You can surrender your emotions. You don't have to be, holding up so many shields and swords and protecting yourself all the time. So that's going to be a really incredible evolution for you. Okay, and then the North Node portals of rebirth through the houses. My North Node is in the fourth house, the healed heart and rooted queen. And like, duh, obvious, isn't it? So obvious. So you are going to see like, oh my God, I'm amazing. It's going to be so much fun. In summary, your North Node is your superpower. This is where we're directing your energy. All the other stuff is helping us unpack the energy and transmute it. Effortless magnetism, self-love, and purpose. Your trauma wasn't your punishment. It was your initiation into radiance. You want to be smoke show hot. It means you want to be magnetically radiant as a feminine being. And so this is going to allow you to become that so that you be the person that embodies the smoke show hot body, that you become smoke show hot, literally, legitimately from the inside out. So, what is your North Node? My North Node is Cancer, the divine nurturer, the fourth house, the healed heart and rooted queen. Leading with heart, feeling safe in your emotions, receiving love. The reframe, feeling grounded. Feeling ungrounded wasn't failure. It was your soul learning to create home within. Oh man, I mean, this is just like so much of how I have been feeling. And even like noticing that like I live with my mom, which I used to be so ashamed of, but now I'm like, wow, this is really incredible, because we have a good relationship and we've gone through a lot. We've done a lot of inner work together to where we really see like how generational trauma gets passed down. And we've just done a lot of work together. It's been really incredible. And then ironically enough, our rising sign and our moon signs are opposite. And so that gave me a lot of context to understand why I could not be like her. And I had a lot of issues for a while not living up to what I thought I should be because of what she was able to do at different ages and stages of her life that I have not been able to do. And so when I got more into understanding myself, and then when I started to include the astrology, I was like, of course, this all makes sense. And because I have felt so disconnected from people and so repulsed by family and home, when I saw this North Node, I was like, this makes so much sense. This makes so much sense for the experiences that I had, because if I didn't have those experiences, I would not have the urge to grow. Then there would be no evolution of my soul. So it's really incredible for us to get this more of an objective look at our subjective emotions and experiences so that we can heal and be more sustainable with our goals.